And I think we are live.
Hello.
Hello. For those of you who are here, very much an impromptu reading sprints with friends. I literally just texted Femke like, "Hey, shall we do sprints?" I was like, "Shall we ask Sasha and Charlotte?" And Charlotte and Sasha were like, "Hey!" And now they're here. So thank you so much for doing this and being here out of the blue all of a sudden. It's been a while since I saw you, Sasha. Probably 10 minutes. But anyway. Thank you all so much for being here. And for those of you who don't know, I mean, they probably do at this point, but for those of you who don't know, I think for you it's the right, for me it's the left side probably, is my partner in crime, Femke, who you should know at this point. And then down here is Charlotte, the lovely Charlotte, over from ClumsyCharlott. Her links are down below, both her Twitter and her YouTube. And then, sorry, wrong way. Down here is Sasha from the Wild Sasha. Same goes, links are down there. So, I mean, you should know these people by now, and you should be subscribed to them by now. But if you're not, and if you're still unaware of who they are, that's where you can find them. So thank you for being here.
Thank you for
What are you guys doing / reading today?
I'm merging with my bookcase.
Yeah.
And doing very well.
Yeah. I'm actually going to be reading. I started Annihilation yesterday, so I'm going to continue with that one.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds
I also plan on reading. I plan on starting a new book.
Ooh!
When is the live show?
On the 12th.
The same day as our live show, which is why I was like, can we do this like a half an hour earlier or later?
Yeah. So I'm reading it for the Broken Earth read along, and it's the second book, which was November's book, and it's still November when I'm starting it, but the live show is in December, so I have time to finish the book at least.
I mean, I haven't started it, so you're definitely way ahead of me.
I mean, I'm probably going to start and finish it on the day. No, I actually did already start it. I'm probably going to read the rest of it on the day of the live because, you know, like queen of procrastination here.
But it's shorter than the first one, at least.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, it's just about 400 pages. And I think the last one was closer to 500.
Yeah,
maybe.
It was 476, actually.
Yeah, so this one is shorter.
I don't know why I remember, but...
So that's amazing. But yeah, I feel like it is a trend to actually finish the book for the live show on the day of the live show, because it happened with Esmay and Jane today.
Oh, it did?
But I feel like the Wolf and the Woodsman is a little bit easier to finish than the Obelisk Gate, probably. I feel like it's a little... At least that's what I'm telling myself.
As long as there's more action, I feel like the Obelisk Gate will be easier to finish than the 5th season.
Yeah, I think so too, actually. But there are new perspectives introduced, though, like new point of views. So that might be a bit confusing in the beginning.
Yeah, but like one of them's a child's perspective, so I feel like that will be easier to read.
True.
But, I mean, we'll see. It'll be fine.
We shall see.
Or you could just do what I did with Ruin and just do the live show without having actually finished the book.
How did that go? How could you participate?
I just asked questions about what was going to happen, basically.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that's an A for effort, definitely.
Right. I was there.
Yeah.
I mean, I still haven't finished it, so...
So that's what you're reading today, I'm guessing?
That's what I should be reading.
But
I'm just really not feeling like it. I don't know. I'm just in a mood for like literally everything else than high fantasy, I think.
What else do you have on your TBR?
This.
What don't you have on your TBR?
What is not fantasy? I mean, something that's...
I suppose there's like the Inheritance games, which is kind of fantasy, but also not.
Ooh. Is that fantasy? Isn't it just
contemporary?
It's not a dystopian? Yeah.
I'm not sure. It's way up there, so I'm not going to get
drama.
Wait.
I don't know.
Like the... Hello.
Hello, everyone.
I thought like the inheritance games was basically dude dies and leaves his heirs to solve riddles to get to his inheritance. But I
but is that fantasy?
I thought there was kind of fancy. I'm not sure though. I'm not sure. There's pretty much a lot of fantasy here.
There is. I can vouch for that. There is. So you'll probably be figuring out what you're reading during the first sprint.
Yeah.
She's
I
not
mean,
busy
I
reading.
could pick up like Le Mort d'Arthur, but I don't think that's going to be a lot better.
Probably not. No. Also, haven't you read that already?
Yeah, but I need to read it again for my thesis. And now I need to read the entire thing. All 3,000 pages of it.
In Old English?
Yeah, in the original English.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Le Mort d'Arthur is like I think it's like one of the original stories of Arthur, but then in Old English. So it's very, very difficult.
Yeah.
It's like it's the myth that all the others are based on, but it's not the original one. Like technically there's multiple versions before it, but this is the one that got famous. Basically.
Yeah.
Don't you have like a book for which you have the audiobook to help you maybe get into?
Oh, I'm sure there's an audiobook in the public domain, YouTube somewhere. I'm sure there is. Yeah, right about. It's a chunky boy.
Chunky boy.
So,
Speaking of non-chunky boys, I'm going to be reading The Hating Game by Sally Thorne. Yes, I am in a contemporary streak, and I no longer know who I am when I look into the mirror. But
I don't know you.
I know what is happening to me. I think it's a fever.
What did you do to Esmay?
Something I will never share.
Where is she?
She's cowering behind this Christmas tree. I can't even point straight.
She's somewhere deep inside, screaming for high fantasy.
Help!
Help!
untie me. Let me go.
I mean,
I've had enough of rom-coms.
I'm not sure if this one is for anyone in particular, but I thought I would give you the moment.
Yeah,
Lauren.
that's for me because I'm 60% in it and I still need to finish it.
You could also finish Kingdom of the Cursed.
I could because I'm 50% into that as well.
Wait, how many books are you in the middle of?
Too many.
Not judging.
There's Ruin. There's the Obelisk Gate. There's Mort d'Arthur. There's Last Magician. There's We Hunt the Flame. There's Kingdom of the Cursed.
Isn't it We Free the Stars?
Yeah, second one. Sorry, yeah.
Second one.
Yeah. No, that's it.
You've not finished We Free the Stars?
No, because I was scared of the pain, so I just stopped at 25%, and I'm like, I'm not ready for this.
My heart hurts. Come on.
It's what shall I say? It's a problem. But hey, reading slumps.
Yeah, it sucks.
Okay, no, so I'm dedicating my time today to finishing books. So
that's a plan.
The Last Magician it is.
Good.
Because I'm furthest into that.
Lauren will start screaming in 3, 2, 1. I feel like with an e-reader, there's just like I got myself a new e-reader because this one has backlighting, so that's absolutely amazing. But there's so many options now. I can read so many things, and it's so bad for me.
So if we want to be technical, I'm also in the middle of Rebellion, the third book in the Renegades, and I'm also in the middle of the Spanish Love Deception because I started that yesterday. So technically it's like 8 books, but
it's fun, right? It's good, right?
I'm on chapter 3, so
that's not in the middle.
No, but I've started it. Okay, but on to Charlotte and Sasha. What will you guys be reading?
We already covered that.
She wasn't even listening to us.
Sorry.
I think Sasha was reading, Annihilation. I think that's
right. Yes.
And then the Obelisk Gate, which
Yes, I'm sorry. I remember now. I'm sorry. I'm so tired with work and everything because it's insane.
It's
Don't
fine.
worry.
It's
Don't
absolutely
worry.
insane. So I'm sorry.
Are
Now
you
I
sure
feel
you
sad.
should be reading books without, without actually reading them? You know what I mean? Like without having sort of the energy to remember them?
Yeah.
Also, you're not alone.
I mean, yay for not
Mm.
being alone.
I'm the same way though. But I'm trying to finish some up before the end of the year. That's my goal.
The only book that I started and hadn't finished yet was The Toll, but I finished that this month.
Good job. That's nice.
And
Can't wait.
And I am disappointed.
oh,
I loved Scythe and I loved Thunderhead, and The Toll was just too long.
Hmm.
So it's a solid 3 stars. Let's keep it at that.
yeah, but you're giving it 3 stars, the same 3 stars you're giving The Wolf and the Woodsman.
That's
Oh.
true. I mean, and to think that this book was a 5-star prediction, it just makes me cry.
Yeah, I get it.
Oh, it happens sometimes.
Mm.
Speaking of, I'm curious, which ones did you finish yesterday?
Yeah.
Actually, did I finish a book? I mean, I finished The Wolf and the Woodsman, and I finished the Spanish Love Deception, which definitely shook me to my core. Have any of you read it? Have you read it?
I have it, and it's on my near future TBR. But it's been everywhere last few months. That one and The Love Hypothesis. Those are like the 2 most hyped romance books on like BookTube and BookTalk and wherever I feel like.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, I have The Love Hypothesis as well, and I'm actually probably gonna buddy read it with someone on YouTube.
Nice.
So I don't even know who I am anymore.
Buddy reading romances? Esmay.
Oh, yeah, I know. What is happening to me? Sasha, do you want to scream? Here you go.
I know she read it. I know. She tagged me and she gave it 5 stars. I'm so happy about it.
Nice.
It's a really good book.
Yeah, it
I need to
did.
get to those.
Also, Lauren read The Wrath and the Dawn, and she loved it, and I'm so happy about it. Do you think it's too early for a reread of that one?
I mean, if you feel like it, no, go for
It's
it.
still the month of Desertathon.
That's true.
Wait a couple of days.
That's true. That's true.
If it's the same month, perhaps not.
I was actually at someone a couple of days ago, and he, by accident, heard me listening to my audiobook in the car. And he literally said, "Is this an audiobook, or are you just torturing yourself because of how fast it is?" And I was like, "Well, I'm able to, follow this properly." And I went inside, and he was like, literally, I was at this sort of birthday with his family, and his entire family, he just literally went like, "Yeah, let everyone listen how fast you listen to books." And I was like, "I'd rather not." They all laughed at me about how fast I listen to books, but you guys get me. So I'm
still
happy
salty.
with that.
Scribd on iPhone doesn't let you go 3 times speed. It caps at 2.
That's so weird.
Yep.
What? With what?
Scribd on Android lets you go 3 times speed, but on iPhone it's max 2 times speed.
True, but on your laptop you can go at 3 times speed.
Yeah, but I don't always have my laptop when I'm on my way. And even if I have my laptop, I don't always have internet when I'm on my way.
I mean, you can download the books.
Yeah, true. But still, they just need to update the app so it has 3 times speed. I mean, come on, guys.
Is it the same for iPad then?
I think so. If it's the app, if it's the iOS app.
That's weird.
Then go on the browser from your phone.
Would that work?
I mean, if it's not the app.
Let's see.
Also, Sasha, I think this is about Every Heart a Doorway.
Yeah.
Honestly, I also can't wait for the sequel. I've pre-ordered it for January. I don't
It
own the
is so
entire
good.
series.
It is so good. Like every like Where the Drowned Girls Go. It's good. It's really good.
You got the arc, right?
Yes, I got the arc. It's really different, really dark, compared to the one we have read so far.
I mean, is
because
it like dark, like In an Absent Dream dark? Because that one was pretty dark as well.
No, it's dark because it's happening in another school. So we don't really travel within words. But we going to learn about another school that has a different way of dealing with the kids, which is not really nice. So that's all I'm going to say. So yeah, it's really opposite to the school we already like know about.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, we'll see.
Scribd on your browser on iPad does let you go 3 times speed.
Yeah.
So that would solve the issue. But I'm still salty the app doesn't let you go 3 times speed. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's weird that they like.
I mean, I get why you're salty. I would be too.
But it's weird, right? Why would you have one app go 3 times speed but not the other?
I don't know.
I wish I could
because
tell
it's
you.
good for the stats. Because you were on your phone longer. No? I don't know. Sorry.
Because it's Apple, and Apple sometimes does weird things.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm trying to come up with something that would make you feel better.
Yeah, don't worry.
Still haven't recovered. I mean, same. If this is about the Wrath and the Dawn, I have still not recovered from that duology either. And it's been 5 years.
I feel like the "it's been 84 years" meme would work here for you.
I mean, no shame.
Oh, I'm not saying shame. I'm just saying I think it would work.
Yeah, it would definitely work.
Yeah, it is about the other school, but it's not fun. It's really sick.
Oh, that's so sad.
I'm going to sound like a psychopath, but those are the best books, though.
Yeah.
It's a really good series in general. I feel like it's also the fact that she can basically go whichever way with this she wants. Like, she could make 50 books and I would read all of them.
Yeah, so far we have, like, we know we're gonna have 10 books in that series so far. We already got the title for the next one, like January 2023.
Yes.
But I don't know how many there will be. I hope it's a never-ending story. I mean, never-ending series.
You all made me add that one to my TBR. I have not read any of them, but I think, like, in a previous chat or like live or something, we talked about it, and yeah, that made me add it to my TBR.
I mean, if I think Sasha, I think this series.
And then we think what?
Yeah. Someone literally sent me a message the other day on Instagram, which I rarely use at the moment, and she literally sent me the message like, "Hey, you've read The Wrath and the Dawn a ton, right? Can you tell me about it?" It's like, yes. Just wait, let me pull up my PowerPoint presentation on it.
Wait a minute.
Hold up. Hold on a minute.
I'm just gonna set everything up.
Yeah. Let me just get you on a Zoom call. Professor Esmay will now see you.
Exactly.
I mean, I haven't read that one yet.
Oh, it's so good. Seasonal Fears is coming out in March, April 2022. I cannot wait for it. It's also super, super, super good. I mean, it's Shannon Maguire, so
it also sounded pretty dark, I guess.
It's different. Like, it has nothing to do with the We Watch Children series. It's about two, twins, a brother and a sister, who were actually made in a lab. So there's some kind of experiment for people who are not quite humans, and they kind of separated on the Earth, and they're living like different side of the USA. And like the boy is really good with languages, like linguistic, etc., and the girl is really good with math, and they don't know about each other. and the goal is to actually keep them separated, because together they would be like super powerful but also super dangerous. So we're gonna follow their stories, and it's just like super good. I finished that book and I was like, okay, let's reread it like right now, and I really loved it. But yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I mean, it's on my TBR because I once in a blue moon, I think that it's actually literally a year ago, I wanted to do one of those sort of videos of reading someone else's favorite books. And I mean, considering that's why I read Every Heart a Doorway, because I started that video about reading your favorite, Sasha, and then never made the video. But I have read Every Heart a Doorway, and I have read Pan's Labyrinth. Yeah, I still have the footage somewhere in my backlog, but I just never.
But you did not enjoy that one, right?
Do you want the honest answer or a nice answer?
The honest answer. You thought it was garbage.
No, but I didn't enjoy it. Like it's not my type of book. I think that's basically it.
Yeah.
I did start what was it? Ocean at the End of the Lane?
Yeah, by Neil Gaiman.
I mean, that's one of your favorites too, I think. So
yeah, I love weird things.
I mean, don't we all? I mean, Sasha, this is your moment to boost middle game.
You have to read it. Like, you really need to read it, especially because even in that book, you're gonna have like tiny chapters of another book that she wrote. And at the time, like, it's a middle grade Over the Woodward Wall. That's also a series, and she actually included those chapters just to have another perspective on the middle game story. And then at the end, people were so into those chapters that she actually started the series and writing those books, because they were never meant to be. So you have to read it. It's so good. Like, if you love character-driven stories and a bit of weird shit going on, Mooney is dreaming. She's growling. What? But yeah, it's really, really beautiful. It's really beautiful. I mean, I loved it. And it's like a chunky book, but honestly, it's like 500 pages, 600 pages. I read it like in almost one sitting, like maybe the evening of one day, and then I finished it the day right after, like the day after. Like, I couldn't stop it. So
You really took your moment there. Now I want to read it too.
sorry.
No, that's a good thing. Also, can I just say how cute is my mug?
Mo.
Ready.
I mean, are we surprised? No. But
No.
very cute. It's like a gingerbread house.
Yeah. I went to the Christmas market on Saturday.
Oh,
Nice.
is it in Belgium or in
Was-
Germany?
We have in Belgium Christmas markets. I don't have to travel to Germany.
Sorry, I do.
No, we do have those in Belgium, you know. No,
I am
there
now
was-
gonna unalive myself. Oh no.
Don't worry.
Was
don't
it
worry.
fun? Did you vlog the process?
It was nice. That's a small one that's happening in the city where I work. And it's very tiny, and it's kind of different from the one we have in Brussels, because in Brussels, it's like a lot of shops and they're focusing on selling you things or whatever. But here, it's actually separated, like in that city, separated in two. One is focusing on shops, but more like small creators or small shops that are just coming to sell things to make you discover new things or whatever. And the other one is actually focusing on sharing a special moment with the people you're coming in with. And it's like about food and drinks, etc. And you just sit around like a bonfire. So it's really like a nice atmosphere. It really reminds me of like a weekend when you go skiing in the mountains or whatever. So I really enjoy that part. So yeah, even if I'm not a Christmassy person.
That sounds really nice.
It really does.
Also, does that mean I'm the only one who's a real big Christmas person, or are you also a Christmas person, Charlotte?
I am a Christmas person. I like to have like rules and traditions, but like because it's the 1st of Advent today, so I was at my parents' place this weekend, and we did like Christmas baking yesterday, and today we set up the decorations. But we also have like traditions and rules that we can only put up the tree on the 23rd. So your tree is a bit too early for me.
The 23rd of December?
Yeah.
Or the 23rd of November?
December.
That's like a couple of days before Christmas. Then you're putting it up and taking it down within a week.
No, but we're taking it down in like sometime in January.
Oh, that is so sad. Yeah, I'm still.
No, I feel like I appreciate it more. It makes it so much more special to have like this tradition of we're putting it up on the 23rd. The entire day is dedicated to that, and then it's just like waiting for Santa kind of thing.
I can definitely get that though. That's really, really nice.
Yeah. So I had a lovely weekend with my parents and just cozy times. Lots of Christmas baking.
What did you make or bake?
I don't know. Like there's one sort of bun we have in Sweden with saffron, which is like quite an expensive spice. So they turn yellow. So that's like a typical Swedish Christmas pastry. And then we also made. They're called rollichki, which is like a Czech thing, like just small chocolate thingies. Not sure how to explain it. So we're mixing cultures.
That sounds really nice, though.
Yeah, it is.
I honestly don't even think we have space for a tree this year because of all my plants, so I might just have to dress up my monstera instead.
I mean, you have enough ornaments.
Yeah. Yeah, last year I did my shelves. I actually used tape to put on lights and to have my bubbles and everything to put it on my shelves, but that was so much work, and I really don't feel like that this year. Like it looked so nice, but then the lights came down halfway through December, and
I mean, I have lights all year round.
Yeah.
But I had a garland last year, like that I could sort of drape across my bookshelves. But considering I have a plant that grew so extensively, which is very long and sort of trailing around my bookshelf, I no longer am able to put up the garland, or I don't know where to leave that plant. So my dad now stole the garland and put it around the staircase.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, that works too. Yeah, but Koda's eating it, so might not work.
That's fun.
But Koda eats everything.
Yeah.
That's very true. He even eats carrots and bread and onions. So that's very true. Once got fooled by a snow machine on a Christmas market. I thought it was snowing. Oh no! Aww. On the one hand, that's really nice though, but on the other hand, that's so sad.
At the same time, you're still getting snow, even if it's like artificial, like, you know? Wait, what?
Blocked. Goodbye.
Oh.
Someone was asking weird stuff and I just blocked them.
Yeah, I was just like reading it. Oh, okay.
So we can ignore that. Sorry about that. What were we talking about? I got a bit flustered there.
The snow machine.
Right, yeah. We actually have one at my like elementary school as well, sometimes around Christmas, and it was always just really sad. Because you want it to snow, but it doesn't. It's just soap-ish, like soap stuff. At least it was with us.
Okay. Yeah.
And it would get very, very slippery. And considering I'm not the best at my sort of hand-eye coordination. Hell.
Does anyone of you have snow yet?
Nothing. Like it was saying yesterday that 100% it would snow. And of course it's rain actually, like heavy rain, but no snow.
Yeah.
Typical.
Like here it's like autumn weather, really depressing autumn weather. It's it's super dark and it's rainy and it's windy and I've not been outside yesterday or today. I literally been like, well, screw it, I'm not getting out.
No, it's going to be 11 to 15 degrees this week.
What?
I'm just like, yeah.
So, Charlotte, do you have snow?
No, but that's the weird thing, because I live in Stockholm, but the southern parts of Sweden have snow. And when I talk to my family in Czech, they have snow. But we don't have snow. So that's why I'm asking, because it seems to be like
I
more in the
remember
southern
that
parts.
from one time, like with my ex-boyfriend, everyone was like they were from the south of the Netherlands and I was from the north. And they were always like, yeah, up in the cold north and everything. And they were all talking about having snow and everything. So I just sent them a picture. Like, there's literally no snow here.
What was that?
Yeah,
Near
Cherise?
the coast.
Sorry?
Was
You're
that
near the
Cherise?
coast.
I'm not near the coast, no.
Okay.
Well, the coast is like an hour away.
Because usually it's warmer the closer you get to the coast, but
Yeah, but
Yeah,
see,
I think
in
that's the
summer,
thing with Stockholm, at least. It's closer to the water, and we have like the Gulf.
in summer it's always colder here, but in winter it's nearly always warmer.
interesting.
So,
Hello.
oh,
Hi.
It's sort of my name, but differently spelled.
Yeah.
It's me.
Yay. Hello.
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 This. I'm really scared to ride on my bike when it snowed. That's why I walk. I remember, do you remember that, Femke, like a couple of years back? I think it was in January when it snowed and then it was freezing so badly that people could actually ice skate in the streets.
Yep.
I think that was like 2015 or like the beginning of 2016. I'm pretty sure we didn't know each other as well back then.
Well, we did know each other, so it was either 16 or 17.
Did we? Were we?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Yeah, I remember we had to deliver mail then. Like we were like, we just did, yeah, not parcels, but like actual just door-to-door mail and everything. And we had to walk with like the iron things under our shoes because it was like literally the road was covered in like a layer of ice this thick, like everywhere. So you could just skate in the streets. It was a fun time.
We also got free from uni because of the snow.
Yeah, because it was so dangerous to get on the road.
Yeah. There were no buses, no trains. Like I literally shuffled to the grocery store to get food.
Yeah.
I rode my bike in the snow a few years ago. The car passed me and drenched me in snow. I was not pleased. Oh no!
That sucks.
Oh, that really sucks. I actually by accident, like I was driving home from work in the dark yesterday, and I actually didn't notice that there was someone cycling there because they didn't have their lights on, and I actually drove directly through like a gigantic puddle of water, and I literally saw them getting drenched, and I felt so bad. I just really didn't see the puddle, and I really didn't see them.
Well, to be fair, they should have just had their lights on then.
I mean, they probably should have, but I did still feel bad.
And they should be glad they only got wet and they didn't actually get hit.
That's true. Yeah.
I mean, I have no patience for those kinds of people. You're endangering yourself and other people by going out like that. So
yeah, that's true. Well, at least now they were reflecting because they were wet, and the light can reflect off of them.
Yeah, I'm sure they would thank you.
Probably not. Well, at least I hope they were going home and not going to something, if that makes sense. Like going home is okay. Yeah. That's what I said when I saw your name. It's much better for English speakers. I mean, my parents they didn't think about it. They just wanted something that looked a bit different from the. I mean, I'm pretty sure Esmay is also from the Netherlands because of the way it's spelled. Because I think it's one of the typical Dutch spellings of the name Esmay, and we actually say Esmay instead of Esmay. It's like a little bit different in pronunciation. But my parents wanted something that looked different. So that's why they spelled it this way.
There's like 4 or 5 different spellings of the name Esmay. There's this one with a double E. There's one with the E with the accent. There's EY. There's AE. There's AY. It's just there's so many ways to spell it.
Yeah.
But the one with the E or with the E with the accent is, I think, the one you see most often.
Yeah, definitely.
I agree. You need lights and a jacket. Yeah. Still felt bad though.
Yeah. Even me, I have like lights and a jacket when I woke Mooney very early in the morning, and she has like lights around her neck as well. So,
I mean,
That's good.
very, very, very nice. I think it really scares me a lot of the time when I see people walking their dog at night and they don't hold them as close to them and they don't have a light. I just don't see them. If the dog is dark, I just can't see them from that far away.
I don't get it. I have everything and I'm not even on the road. Like I'm on proper like path or whatever for us to walk, etc. But I still have everything just to make sure.
But I feel like you learn that and realize that when you get your own driver's license. Like once you start driving, you're like, oh, yeah, the ones in the car actually don't see a thing. Because I know when I was younger, and my parents were like, you need to wear your lights and stuff like that. Like, no, that looks stupid. I don't want to. And then I got my license and like, I started being the one like, you need to wear your lights because I won't see you. So,
Yes. Exactly.
Shall we do a reading sprint? Shall we start reading?
Yes.
How long do we want to read for?
I'm fine with whatever.
Shall we, I don't know, start with 25 minutes or something?
Sounds good.
Yep. Let's see if I can find a nice timer. I mean, let's just do this one. Let's share my screen. This one. I hope you can see this.
Yes.
Hey,
Alright.
that's a familiar timer.
Yeah, I mean, it was already there in the search bar, and I was like, well, that looks good. All right. Happy reading, everyone.
Bye.
Happy reading.
Hello.
Hey.
How did you
Counting
guys do?
pages, Femke?
Sorry?
Are you counting pages?
Yep.
Flipping through.
Yeah.
How did you guys do?
I got 45 pages.
Damn. That's good.
Machine. I read 11 pages.
I mean, as long as you're enjoying it, right?
Yeah, but I found
Yeah.
Annihilation to be like, it's not necessarily a quick read. So I get that.
I don't know. I feel like that's because I'm tired. That I'm reading like slower than usual.
Yeah.
Yeah. While I was reading Annihilation, I was just mostly confused all of the time.
Did you watch the movie?
No.
Yeah, maybe I'm not as confused because I watched the movie and I'm just like understanding things differently. But yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
What were you reading, Femke?
I picked The Last Magician.
I need to get to that one. I have the ebook.
Yeah.
I mean,
read
for Lauren's sake, I have to get to it too. Sorry, you go ahead, Charlotte.
I read 23 pages.
Oh, that's pretty impressive as well.
That's all right.
Enjoying it?
It is still confusing.
I feel like it was the same with the 5th season. It was very confusing.
Yeah, so like it's gonna continue to be confusing, but at least I recognize the characters this time, so that is nice.
That helps.
Yeah.
I mean, my e-reader tells me I read 30 pages, but considering the ebook is only 200 pages, and if I look on Goodreads, like that one's like double the amount of pages, I have no idea how much I read. But I'm making
percent.
What?
How many percent?
I'm 22% in, and I think I started at like 14%.
Okay. What do you think of it so far? I think I only read like the first couple of chapters, so I haven't really.
Honestly, like things escalate quickly.
Okay.
I'm very confused.
Let's get that far then.
Like I'm not sure which chapter it was, but like which chapter I'm on. Let's see. I think it's like chapter 7 or something. Yeah, so in chapter 6, and I was like, what is happening? What? Am I hallucinating? So I'm confused. But I'm not unhappy about the confusion.
Good at least.
I think I missed one. Yeah, Esmay is indeed from the Netherlands. Yay!
Utrecht.
21. Oh, that's pretty good.
That's good.
12 pages of Fairyland. I don't know that one. Ooh.
Nice.
Good. I should start it, but I haven't. I think I'm going to start the audiobook on my way back. Not tomorrow, but the day after. Because I have a 2-hour drive ahead of me anyway, so that's 4 hours of the audiobook done. So that is always a chunk done.
How long is the audiobook? Like 16, 20 hours?
I think so. Yeah, something along those lines. It's big.
I really wish I was allowed to listen to audiobooks at work because I would get so much reading done.
You're not for safety reasons, right?
Yeah. No, I get why. I'm just sometimes, like when I'm in a particular spot, I'm salty. I'm not allowed to because that's literally it's just me in that bubble. Like there's no one else. So it's like.
What do you work with? I don't think I know.
I work at DHL at the sorting facility.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah. Oh.
So I mean, obviously, there's like different spots you can work in. Like there's the automated thing where most of the parcels are sorted.
Yeah.
Then there's the stuff that's too big or too heavy Then there's the stuff that can usually fit into a letterbox. So there's like different, or you can be at the forklift truck. Like there's different spots you can be in. But like especially with like sorting the letterbox packages, it's literally me in a 10 square meter area, and there's no one else for the rest of the evening. So, but oh well, it's fine.
You can read on your way there and your way back.
Yeah, but that's like 15 minutes, and half of the time someone's driving with me. So,
fair.
I mean, I'm not going to listen to an audiobook so that the person that's driving with me, you know, is randomly thrown into the book at chapter 12 or something at 2 times speed.
If you want a romance to read, The Roommate is really good, but just check it's your thing because of some of the stuff in there. If you're talking about spice, then yes, please. I think I actually got this one as well, but I'm not sure if it's that one. I do know that there's, or I put it on my TBR. I'm not sure. The name is familiar, but I put so many romance.
I know this one is on my TBR, but I think it's like part of a series or something, or like a companion series with like where you follow different characters or something like that.
I think is that the Roommate by Rosie Danan or Danan?
I think so.
Because in that case, it is on my TBR.
Same.
The series is called Fairyland. It has a long title. The girl who circumnavigated Fairyland in a ship of her own make. Well, that is a very long title. It sounds really interesting. What? Sorry?
Could be a Fall Out Boy song. Back in the day, they had really long titles on their songs.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true. Yep. Aww.
Very spicy.
I like that very much. Give me all the peppers. Yep, that's it. So it's okay. I have that one on my TBR. I'm not sure if I already bought the ebook, but it is definitely on my TBR. So I will keep that in mind.
Speaking of spicy, I finished A Court of Mist and Fury today.
And?
Like, it is better than the first one. Like, way better than the first one. So, like, I understand why people enjoy it. I was surprised. I expected more spice because it's like so talked about how spicy it is.
I think it's only like, chapter 55, honestly.
Yeah, something like that. Like it's almost slow burn, which I did not expect. Like I love the banter, I love the flirting, like that's really nice. But like the actual theme was quite late in the book, so that surprised me.
Yeah. I think I read it in one night the first time I read it.
Yeah, I had to rush it because I had to return it to the library today. So I was like, read quickly.
But you did it.
I did it. I did do it.
So does your library actually have English books as well, or was it in Swedish?
It was in English. So like they do have, because that was from my old library where I used to live. And now I have a new library closer to my new place. But like both of them do have English books. It's not the best selection, but I think they have a lot of the popular titles. And I think it's becoming more common as well. So my new library actually have even more English books, which is really nice. So yeah, gonna utilize that as much as I can.
That's very fair.
Yeah, sure.
I gave it 5 stars if that bumps it up for you. If this is about The Roommate, then yes, it definitely bumps it up. Court of Silver Frames is the spiciest, but I love all of them, so to be fair.
Yeah, but it was I just thought it was so boring because I felt like the sex scenes were the same over and over again. Like for me, there was like no tension. I don't know how to say it. It was like, it just felt repetitive.
Yeah, like, I honestly don't know if I'm interested in reading the third book or continue on with the series now. I feel like I read the first one, so I get what it's about. And I read the second one because I know it's so different from the first one. But like now I feel like I've kind of feel like I completed the series. Like I don't feel a need to continue with it, to be honest.
I mean, I didn't. I was so disappointed. I remember. I'm not sure who of us finished it first.
You did.
But
it took me like 3 months to get to it because you were so disappointed.
Oh, right. That was it. But you were also disappointed, right?
Yeah. Yeah, like I got the book first. You ordered it and it was delayed and it was delayed again and everything. And I ordered it through a book box and I got it first. And then you borrowed it to read it and you were so disappointed. And then I just didn't read it for like 3 months.
Yeah. Oh, right. I borrowed it to make book photos back then. I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have read it physically because I didn't want to hurt your book.
No, but you know.
Yeah. But yeah, I did. I finished it in one sitting too, the third one, and I was so disappointed. I remember just closing the book at like 4 a.m., being like, I could have slept and I would have been fine. I was so disappointed. But I've never been as excited for a third book as I was for that one, and I've never been as excited since because
it's something special. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get that.
I think the only one we might have been as excited about would have been Kingdom of Ash. Except then the KL book came in between, and then it was delayed, and then it was delayed again, and then we were just absolutely done with it.
Oh, I'm wrong. I mean, there is one that is close to it, and that's probably the third one in the City of Brass series. I was so excited for that one, and it did deliver 100%.
Yeah.
Nice.
The Roommate got 5 stars.
Promising.
I know what to read after this. No, Esmay. You should read The Obelisk Gate.
No, but you'll probably finish this one real soon, and then you can finish The Roommate, and then you'll still have plenty of time to finish The Obelisk Gate.
That's very true.
So you have 2 weeks.
The Empire of Gold was so good, though. That's the third book?
It's the third book in the City of Brass. If anybody ever does a series about my favorite books, as Lauren did, then you're screwed because a lot of them are very big.
Wait, which one's City of Brass, The Wrath and the Dawn? Which one? I'm forgetting someone.
We Hunt the Flame. We Hunt the Flame.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Rebel of the Sands.
I mean, it's definitely a favorite. I would definitely now consider Kingdom of the Wicked one of my absolute favorites, especially Kingdom of the Cursed. Yes. I have a lot of favorites.
Nice.
I have a lot of opinions. But oh well. I'm curious, if you could pick 3 books or series, let's keep it a bit broader. 3 or 4, whatever. How many do you want? that you would sort of tell everybody to read. Which ones would you pick? I mean, I know Femke would probably pick Daughter of Smoke and Bone or Strange a Dreamer. Anything Laini Taylor, really.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sasha
there's no
would say
Wayward Children.
Yeah, exactly. That's what.
But I don't want to fill it in. I'm curious. I'm literally curious.
I mean, I haven't finished the third one yet, but I definitely think Poppy War would be one.
Same. Poppy War is
like,
on my list too.
It's brutal, but I do think it's amazing.
It's amazing.
Yeah. It's incredible.
I agree.
I think I would go with the Winter Night series, so The Bear and the Nightingale.
Yeah.
And then A Natural History of Dragons.
Yeah, I figured as much.
Nice.
And then Every Heart a Doorway, but that goes.
That's a given.
No, I think I would go with Poppy War, and I think some Fredrik Backman book, so like Bear Town or something, because that's my favorite author.
Who? Sorry?
Fredrik Backman. He's a Swedish author. He wrote Anxious People and A Man Called Ove. I think those are some of his.
I need to read that one. The last one, The Man Called.
They are amazing. Like I first read Anxious People, and I typically don't do well with Swedish authors. But I was so surprised by how much I love that one. Like, wait, what's happening? It's kind of like Esmay going through her contemporary romance phase now. Similar for me, like, wait, I'm liking a Swedish author? Nah.
Who are you?
Did you read them in Swedish or English?
Sorry?
Did you read them in English or in Swedish?
I read them in Swedish because I prefer trying to read the books in their original language. And I feel like I love those books so much. Like he's my favorite author now. But I feel like you kind of have to be Swedish to understand the humor in them. I don't know. It's something. I'm very curious how his books translates and if the humor in them translates, because it's so like to the Swedish culture and how people view like people from the big cities and stuff. Like it's a lot of fun, especially like if you know that country and that culture, I guess. But I heard many people that love those books that are not Swedish, so they definitely work for everyone, and I think many can relate as well. So yeah.
Yeah. We would probably miss some references or humoristic like scenes or whatever, but many people really enjoy them. So
yeah, exactly. No, I feel like that's kind of it. Like as with most books, either way. Like even if it's books taking place in the States or something, like I don't know every single college or city or store or whatever, but like it's particular to that country. So yeah, it's just something you accept basically. Are you still thinking about your books, Femke?
Yeah, honestly, yes, because I don't know which books I would recommend. Like, I would have
pick your like favorites that you sort of want everyone to read. Like, there's a difference between what you would recommend because you think everyone would like it.
I know.
Like if someone were to make a reading Femke's favorite books video.
Yeah, but my favorites shift all the time. That's kind of it. Like, if I'm thinking back on some of my favorites, I'm thinking now, like, would I love them if I read them again?
No, just the first one that comes to you, you know?
Yeah, that's the problem. I'm just blanking right now.
I mean, you have the Moth of Strange the Dreamer on your back, so that's a given.
Yeah, true.
You made me bite the bullet and get Angel's Blood, I think. I don't know if that's... Yeah. Like, I had been eyeing that one before, but then you talked about it, like, okay, now I need to get it.
Yeah. But you see, that's kind of... Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a favorite because I've read them so much. But again, like, if I were to read them now for the first time, I just I don't know if I would love them as much. Yeah. So I'm just kind of having an existential crisis here.
I mean, I know 2 for certain, but the third one is kind of iffy to me.
And for me, lots of them are like, well, I love the first book, but then I hated the second one, or something like that. So,
yeah. Series are difficult in that way.
Half a year ago, I would have said An Ember in the Ashes without doubt, but now, because of the final book.
Is it the final book that like put the series down, or?
I mean, I still love it. It's like still one of my favorite series, but I think that the ending of the 4th book is not what I would have wanted.
Yeah. Oh, I
mean, I might also say Furyborn by Claire LeGrand, like the Legendborn trilogy. I haven't read the 3rd book yet. I have to but I'm scared of it. Really scared of it. But I really loved both Furyborn and Kingsbane. And I'm not sure if I would love them still, but those are definitely high up on my list. But then there's a lot of... Yeah, but I didn't love Unravel the Dusk. Like, I love Spin the Dawn, but the 2nd book was okay. Like, I have that with a lot of things where as Femke also said, like, I love the 1st book, but the rest...
Yeah.
I mean, I would probably, if we talk about books that are, I feel like, underrated, I would definitely say Rebel of the Sands by Elwyn Hamilton, which is what is it called? Is it just the Rebel of the Sands trilogy? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I would also add Assassin's Curse to my list. Speaking of underrated books, because it's like people need to read it. It's
See, that perfectly illustrates my point, because I loved that when I first read it, and then I reread it, and I was like, meh.
I loved it the second time too.
I loved it too.
I get why I enjoy this. It's amazing. Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I hated it or anything, but I'm just like,
I get it.
I don't
see
know.
what you
It
mean.
just didn't really do anything for me anymore.
I'm curious.
That's fine.
I'm curious.
And then there's also like, for example, Roar by Cora Carmack was one that I really, really loved. But now at this point, when the second one was delayed for a year, and now the third one has been delayed for 2, 3.
Yeah, it's difficult.
And I mean, I know that there's some personal circumstances for the author and everything, but for me, it's just, I'm just done, you know? I'm just done waiting. Especially since there's been no information. I mean, it's the same for the Notorious Virtue, so Elwyn Hamilton's next book. There's just no updates. Like, okay, it got delayed, and then nothing, like, at all.
I don't know what to say. I feel like it happened a lot to many books the past 2 years, but yeah, Esmay?
Esmay has something she wants to say.
Sorry. No. You go ahead first. I'll wait. I just found one.
Go ahead.
Even the Dark Stars by Heather Fawcett. I love that duology so much.
You already mentioned it during the live, but yeah, it's a
It
very
was the other live.
Yeah, the other live. Yes, it is an amazing duology. I agree. But if I had to only pick 3 series, it would not be, I think, on the top 3.
Yeah,
but very close. Is there a series you would all like to start?
What? Sorry?
Is there a series you would like to start soon-ish?
Yeah, the Winter Night series.
Yeah.
I mean, I have the first book. I got it as a birthday gift from someone. And I have yet to read it. I was supposed to read it during Polarthon this year, which was in February, I think.
Yeah.
Whoops. Yeah.
I mean, next February is soon-ish, so you can keep it for next Polarthon.
I'll read it during that one. Also, I really love, I think that's also really underrated, the Remnant Chronicles. So The Kiss of Deception, The Heart of Betrayal, and The Ruin of Darkness, I think it is.
Beauty.
Yes.
Beauty.
The Beauty of Darkness.
Yeah.
It's
Really
right
love
here. It's like literally it's right here. So
yeah, that one.
It is on my TBR, but I heard it was very like romance heavy, and I'm just like,
especially the first one, I feel like the second and the third one are less focused on the romance.
Yeah.
Or at least there's more other stuff, but especially the first one is really romance driven.
So I don't know.
I feel like you might appreciate like the mystery, but I also feel like you wouldn't appreciate the romance.
No.
I really don't like that.
No. And I mean that's fine, but
yeah. I need to start The Witcher.
Ooh. I have so many fantasy series to start, and I just keep buying like firsts in series, but don't ever start them. So I have a lot of firsts.
Same.
Yep.
It's an issue.
Oh, you know a book that I also love? It's a standalone, Sky in the Deep by Adrienne Young.
I haven't read that one.
I don't know any of these books that you're talking about.
I really like that one.
I talked about. Yeah. I feel like we see them everywhere. Like another book that I really love that was very atmospheric is Wicked Deep by Shea.
Oh, but that's one I've heard of, I think.
Yes.
I need to read that one too.
It's really good.
I really love how atmospheric that one was. Like, yeah, I don't want to say spooky because it wasn't really spooky, but like kind of haunting.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I really like that one. And I'm really curious about what was it? The one you haven't the history of blah blah blah. Like her latest book, her newest book.
Oh, History of the Wild
Places? A History of Wild Places?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's her first adult book.
Yes.
Also, I don't know. It used to be there. It's not there anymore because my bookcase has moved around. But The Year of the Witching is one that I really enjoyed as well.
That too. Right. Some
Interesting.
people, Realm of the Elderlings, Discworld, Three-Way Time, Poppy War, the Broken Earth, and Honor Harrington. I don't know a lot of these actually.
Realm of Elderlings. I recognize that name. Discworld is Terry
Is that
Pratchett.
Sanderson? I don't know.
Elderlings? I don't think
Yeah.
so. But Discworld is Terry Pratchett. Yeah. Cool. Lots of fantasy.
Yeah. Lots of things to look up. I'll make my
Yeah.
mind up. I mean, if I think about Lauren, I think about the Farseer. Is that the Farseer trilogy by Robin Hobb?
It's Robin Hobb as well, like the Realm of the Elderlings.
Oh,
yeah. Now I know. Yeah.
When I think of Lauren, I think of Robin Hobb, and I think of the book that Femke's reading.
Yeah. She still has to read the second one, though. Lauren, you should read the second one. Like, you've been yelling at me.
I know.
You've been yelling at me to read the first one for over a year, and now I'm yelling at you to read the second one because I know you started it and then you stopped. So you need to start again.
Do it. I finished an amazing series. I only read book one of some. I really loved. Yeah, the Farseer and the Wheel of Time. I feel like the Wheel of Time is definitely a hit or miss. People either love it or they can't get through it.
I'm so conflicted now because I want to watch the show, but I'm not sure if I should read the book first or not. So that's like, I don't know.
A lot of people are saying yes because it's like the first book is the first season.
Yeah.
But at the same time, that series has 14 books.
Yeah, but the first season is actually the first 2 books.
Oh,
Is
really?
it?
Yep.
So
and I wonder how they made like 2 books this size into 1 season.
But then why 10 seasons?
I have no clue. Maybe because the first one, like, the amount I read of the first one was literally nothing happened. And I think I read like nearly 300 pages. Like, it's all introduction of characters and places and the world. And they barely left the village they started in when I just quit.
Oh, so it's the same as watching The Hobbit. You're over an hour in and they still haven't left the house.
Yeah, but I feel like The Hobbit's actually interesting.
Like, I literally sat there for over an hour thinking, are we going somewhere?
Yeah, but like The Hobbit is the other way around because they made like a book this size into 3 3-hour movies.
like
how?
Yeah.
Watching The Witcher, starting The Witcher next month. I really have to watch the show as well.
Just remember, if you're watching the show, just remember that it's not actually a set timeline you're following, because I was so confused when I was watching the show.
I mean, I've watched The Witcher Wild Hunt, the gameplay of it, which also isn't linear, so I kind of expected something similar.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that, and I think it was like in episode 4, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, these people died last episode. How are they here? And then I realized, that it's not linear.
Yeah, I think the game in that sense helps because I already know quite a few of the characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually recommended to buy that game, so I might do it actually. And then watch the show, because I watched the first episode because it was so hyped up and I was so disappointed. I did not like it, but I think if I play the game and then try to watch it, it would be better.
The game is actually really, really good from what I've seen and played of it.
I was mostly there for the series for Henry Cavill, let's be honest.
Yeah. I mean, it's the entire reason I watched Shadow and Bone, because I wanted to watch Ben Barnes as the Darkling.
Pretty much. And I mean, we got Milo out of Shadow and Bone, so that's definitely a win.
Yeah, also Jasper is amazing. He's amazing.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, but Milo stole the show. Milo's the star.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Milo did.
Sorry, I am very stupid. I didn't know.
No, so many titles, so many names, so many whatever. So don't
Yeah.
worry.
I think this is about you having to actually read sequels.
Yeah,
Laura.
the sequel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Les Misérables, les Sans
Oh,
Famille.
I think a friend of ours actually just recently. Well, it feels recently. It's probably a while
Yeah,
ago. Finished
it was
for
like last year probably, but recently.
that feels recent to me. She finished it after trying, I think, multiple times. But she also, I think, she loved the writing, from what I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. Les Misérables is not like the easiest one, I would say. Like
No.
many people struggle with.
Yeah.
We do not talk about that book. What is that book?
The sequel to
sequel.
Last Magician.
Oh,
Oh,
the
right.
Oh.
Okay. The
But
Book
we
of
don't
Shade.
talk about
Sorry.
it, so
Okay. I have no idea which sequel in which series we are talking about.
Robin Hood.
I wouldn't if you don't.
this is the Wheel of Time.
Mm.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
not when I decided I had enough.
Rough.
How to Turn the Hobbit into 3 movies, Lord of the Rings it up, and actually show the Battle of the 5 Armies. I have no idea what this means.
Basically, the last movie of the Hobbit, like the Hobbit movie, the last of the Hobbit movies, is like 20 pages of the book.
Yeah.
Because the entire Battle of the 5 Armies that the movie's about just is glossed over in the book. So,
I mean,
and it's vastly different. I think Lord of the Rings is pretty true to the book, but The Hobbit is not. The Hobbit is pretty different. I think they're both very enjoyable, but I think you should separate those more than Lord of the Rings.
I never read The Hobbit, but I really want to read it and reread Lord of the Rings.
I really enjoyed The Hobbit.
I think I will.
I've never read it. I've tried reading them, if that counts. I've
I
tried
haven't
watching
read those
them either. Also haven't watched the movies ever. I don't know.
Oh my gosh, I read the books like 15 years ago in less than a week.
Wow, that is dedication.
Yeah, I love them.
Yeah, I would like to get into that actually.
Yeah, see, this was me.
More Witcher for Slavicathon.
Yay!
I literally wish I could join, but I have to work the entire weekend, so that means I have no time left. I can never make that bingo board full.
I was actually supposed to have a concert on the evening of the 4th, but it was just cancelled, so I now really have literally the entire weekend to read. So, I mean, kind of sad that the concert is not going to happen, but I was expecting it. But yay for more reading time. Because we all know my TBR is insane. So
yeah.
I love The Hobbit. Still need to read Lord of the Rings. I wish. I'm moving that weekend, so I can't either. Good luck!
Yay for moving!
Yay for moving!
I want to move too, but houses are scarce.
They are.
Like the latest couple of apartments I submitted for. How'd you say that?
Applied for.
Yeah.
I actually was like 58th on the wait list, which is honestly very depressing.
Yeah. It's like the same in Stockholm. Like getting an apartment or just renting something is crazy insane. Like it's basically not possible. That's why I had to buy my own place in order to have somewhere to live.
Stockholm is a city. I live in the bloody middle of nowhere.
Yeah, but still, yeah. So it is that way in Sweden too.
Yeah, like if I had to, I mean, I could get a mortgage, but that would be like 20,000. So I could just buy my own garage box and would have to live in that.
Yeah, in order to get a mortgage, you need 100,000 euros on my account. So I'm like,
really?
Yeah.
Oh no.
I think we need 15% of what the place costs. So you need to pay 15% cash. That hurt.
Yeah, no, that hurts, but still, like,
no more books for you, Charlotte.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
we
it's-
actually talked about this a little bit before our previous live, at least Sasha and I did. And housing situation is just depressing. I mean, there's a reason I'm still here, even though I'm not completely studying at uni anymore, because this place is very cheap and at least I have my own place.
Yeah. No,
Yeah, for
definitely.
me, it's
Works better.
either I'll be, waiting until I'm 60 or something till I get, my own place through
Mortgage.
no, de woningcorporatie.
Oh, right. Yeah, like the woningbouw.
Yeah,
Like, I don't know. It's basically
I
like a
can't-
corporation that gives you housing.
yeah, it's
Oh.
like for affordable housing. Or I
Yeah.
could go into what's called like the private sector and pay like, I don't know, an arm, a rib, and a kidney a month
Yeah. Yeah.
just to live in a shoebox, basically.
Yeah.
So I'm just not sure what the best way to approach this is right now.
Crying.
Yeah. I mean, in that sense, I shouldn't complain because my parents are right. Like, we get along fine and everything. But yeah, I'd just like to have my own place again.
Yeah, but that was like the way for me because throughout my entire 5 years at uni, I still lived at home with my parents because it was fairly close. Like, at least I was in the same city as my school, so I didn't need to move. And because I stayed with them, I was able to save up money instead of paying rent each month. So that was really nice of them. But I know that like so many of my friends who moved to Stockholm for school, they had to constantly pay rent for their like student campus housing and such. So now they don't have the savings to actually buy something. So yeah, it's just difficult for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here, if you're buying a loan, it's pretty much impossible. They don't allow it at the bank. You have to be like a couple to make sure you're actually paying. Yeah.
Yeah, like that was what was really difficult for me as well, because no one really wanted to give me a loan. Because also like it's based on your salary, and since I just started working or haven't really worked that much, my salary is not that high yet. And so my first plan was to somehow have my parents on the loan as well, but that's not really allowed either. So it's just like a mess trying to get the loan, honestly. Couples have it so much better.
Yeah. I mean, here you would be allowed to have mortgage on your own, but the problem is to get a decent mortgage for which you could actually buy something. You would need, I think, like 4,000 a month, like
minimum. Yeah.
Without that's like what you would actually get in your bank account.
I mean, a friend of mine just bought a house, and he has a pretty good, like, pretty decent salary, and he literally had to actually pay an extra 10,000 because the sort of the what is it? Sort of the estimate of what the property is worth came out lower than what he's paying for it. So he actually had to cash out the remainder of it himself.
Wow.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Which, pure mess. But I mean, he's been looking for 4 years to get his own place. So it's like...
Yeah. Oh, it's difficult.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was so much easier in Toronto. Like you just had to show your credit score. It was good. You had a job. Okay, then you rented. Like I rented a place, $1,800 a month, and it was so easy. Like I visited a place, and the day after I had it. And here it's like, I don't know. I've been looking for 4 years, so I'm like.
I mean, for renting, it's not as difficult here because basically you need proof that you can afford it. And that's it, basically.
Yeah.
And you need to prove that you're, like a decent person, I think. But other than that, renting here is pretty easy, but it's just...
Finding a place is the problem.
Yeah, it's just a complete lack of available housing. Both like actual like houses or apartments or studios, just anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
also,
if
the actual buying prices are so high.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, the other day I saw one. It was like 30 square meters. So that's like what I used to have for €825 a month in Groningen. it was available for like 1,500 excluding utilities a month.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Let's see.
I'ma just live with my parents until the rest of my days.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm starting to feel like as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, at least I have my own room and stuff, so
Yeah.
but still.
Yeah, or you can rent with friends.
Yeah, but then you would still have to find a place you could rent.
That everyone is overpaying to own a home. Yeah. You see it so often where a house is literally put on the market for like 200,000 and it's literally overbid with like 50 to 100,000 euros extra. It's absolute bonkers.
Yeah. And imagine when
especially
the
the
market
big
crashes again, we're going to have such a huge crisis because then people will be in debt because the houses are not valued that much anymore. So when they sell, they'll get less and then they'll have, remainder mortgage, blah, blah, blah. So they'll be in debt. So it's going to be an absolute shit show in like 5 years.
Probably, yeah.
It's already a shit show, but it's going to be a different shit show in 5 years.
I mean, at least we can probably get a decent house maybe in 5 years.
Yeah, imagine that, living with my parents until I'm 32.
Oh gosh, I'll be 30 as well. Oh, I don't want to think about that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it saves you money. That way you can actually save up all these years.
Yeah, and then people will go, yeah, but when I was your age, I'd already bought a house. Yes, well, when you were my age, there were actually, houses being built and available and everything.
Also, when you were my age, it probably only cost you a shoe.
Yeah.
Yeah, my grandparents are like that. My grandpa is like, yeah, but when I wanted a raise or whatever, I just asked and they gave it to me. Or when I wanted to buy a car, I just went there and bought a car. I'm like, sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
They haven't learned from the previous one. Like 2007 wasn't that long ago. Usually these things are supposed to happen every 30 to 50 years. Yeah.
Wasn't that under Rutte as well? Or
Yeah.
was it Balkenende then?
If you're wondering, Rutte is our prime minister.
And he's making a mess of the entire country.
Yeah.
Basically, now with the crisis we're facing now with COVID and everything, you can just see how much he messed up everything, like educational system,
healthcare,
all that. It's just
a
mess. So
I mean, it's just the healthcare system here. Like people have actually been asking for, decent, like just a decent pay. Like it's not even that huge of a question. He's like, he literally on the one hand goes, yeah, no, we have to keep the healthcare and like the health workers and nurses and everyone the back of our minds because they've been working so much and we have to clap for them and we have to, support them. And then these workers actually say, but what about us getting a decent pay? And he's like, nah.
Yeah, I feel like COVID and like the entire pandemic has just sort of exposed all the governments and like everything that's wrong in each system. We have had similar things in Sweden, like our elderly care does not work at all, and that was so proven during COVID when everyone who was at like a home, every elderly, basically is ripped because of that.
Yeah.
So I feel like it has exposed a lot about.
I'm curious, by the way. Do you guys also have like riots and people just going against all of the rules? Because it's an absolute, I'm sorry for the lack of a better word, shit show here. People are literally rebelling about everything.
I mean, here there was a little bit of a riot, but it wasn't as strong as you had it in the Netherlands. And also like here it comes down very quickly. But there were riots like at the very beginning of this whole situation because there was someone, I don't remember who it was, but in the political like team, whatever. And he was like, yeah, but you have to save up, you have to pay attention to what you buy, etc., to just like save your money so you can like make sure you have enough if you lose your job or whatever. And he was like, yeah, so usually my pay is like 1,500, like 15,000 euros. So I tried for a month to survive with 12,000 euros, and it was fine. And I'm like, are you for real?
Yeah.
You think everybody makes these amounts of money?
The problem is he should like detract a zero. Like I think 1,200 might be more realistic for many more people than, you know.
I mean, there is a difference when you have that much money every single month that you just not use the entire amount, than someone that only has 1,500 that has to only like try to save up on that. It's not possible. So it was just like stupid of him. I was like, did you ask your PR for that speech? I mean,
who wrote this? Who thought this was a good idea?
But honestly, like at the moment, I just think our government is being stupid as usual, because like we're facing what we call code black in hospitals, which means that they won't be able to take on any more patients like at all.
Cancer, heart patients,
and instead of just putting on a full lockdown, they just decided to close everything at 5 p.m. instead of 6 p.m.
Yep.
What difference is that hour going to make? I'm sorry. It's not like the virus stops spreading. Start spreading after 5. It's like
no, but the thing is that if they close everything, they have to give their the owners of the businesses money, but they don't have that money anymore.
No,
but even like if the companies can show that they have significant loss of income, they still have to pay the companies.
Yes, but the problem is that with restaurants, bars, nightclubs, etc., they do a lot like under the table, so they cannot really prove that they're losing a lot of money because like half of it, 60% of it, is under the table. You know what I mean? So even what you're gaining now matches what you usually get, which doesn't match the real numbers. So it's kind of a game that they played for many years and enjoyed the fact that it was under the table, and now that they have to follow the rules, etc. But
it's also many of our like COVID cases are at the moment like school children, like primary school children.
Exactly.
And those children infect their parents, and those parents infect co-workers and whatever, but they don't want to close schools again because like I get that you don't want to close schools for the sake of the children, but now they're basically putting the blame on these on restaurants and cinemas and everything when it's proven that they aren't the point where most of the cases come from.
But it's also like if kids don't go to school, what are the parents going to do? They still have to work. You know what I mean? So it's like a vicious circle. You don't know what to do. So
but if the children don't come in contact with each other, then the spread among children is going to be a lot less, which also means the spread among children and their parents is going to be a lot less.
Yeah, but not everyone, like, I know, I totally agree with you, but not everyone is capable to work from home.
Yeah.
No, I get that, but it's like...
But that's the thing, like, it's so difficult because like everyone has different circumstances of what they can and cannot do to like try and avoid the virus and such, and and for both for businesses and for like private people as well, like it's, I don't know, it's so I'm just glad I'm not a politician and have to make these decisions because I feel like every decision will be useless or worthless or something, so I'm just glad I'm not in such a position.
Can I just say that I feel like we should all just be a lot nicer to each other? Like in general, like everybody is so fucked up over everything, and if we would just treat each other with a little bit more respect and a little bit more of a friendly face, then we would have solved a lot of issues. Also this one, I actually talked about this with my parents the other day, where my dad literally said, like, I don't understand why they don't just give these kids a longer holiday so you can give the hospitals and stuff a bit of a break.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I get it with having parents, but I think considering we are actually literally going towards code black, it would have been better to just go for a full-blown lockdown. If you're doing a full-blown lockdown, the people who are working in retail, I mean, that does mean that I have to stay at home, but the people who do work in retail will be home to take care of their kids.
No.
Yeah, but I think like
quite a few of them.
One of the issue here, so first to answer this, so I work for university, for those who don't know, and actually all the parents are getting extra holidays, extra day off, to actually not come to work, to be in contact with coworkers. So that's that. But at the same time, I'm like, yeah, but that's not fair. Why I'm not getting extra days off? Because parents last year got 3 months off paid, and I did nothing. So that's one other issue. But also, where I was going with that, with
longer holidays. We were talking about longer holidays.
So the issue here is that they said that they're putting rules out there, measures or whatever, but no one is following them. And they were like, yeah, we could go into full lockdown, but with Christmas, we know that you're not gonna limit yourself and that you're gonna see your family and friends. And they were like, why are we going to add some rules, measures or whatever if we know you're not gonna follow them? And I'm like,
I mean, that's true, but if you close down about 80% of the entire country, that will mean that a lot of people, like, there will always be people who won't follow the rules no matter what we do. Yeah. But there will probably be people who will decide not to because of the measures.
Yeah. But still money.
But at the rate it's going, I fully expect our government to still impose a lockdown halfway through December. Just like they did last year. They did it last year on the 15th of December, so I just fully expect it to go that way again because these measures just aren't going to help enough. I can already tell you that. At least not fast enough. They're not going to help enough fast enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish they were faster in making decisions.
Yeah, that's the thing as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's very true. We should be nicer to each other.
Yeah.
And in general, I do think it's a very difficult topic of discussion. Oh, I missed a couple of comments. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. It's very difficult.
Let me go back. So, okay, so that was a different prime minister.
But still, Rutte would have been in politics in 2007. So he was definitely there for it.
Fair. This is also, I think, such a big thing because if politicians tell us just stay home, and I'm like, well, if you're living in an apartment on the 4th floor and you have a very tiny apartment, you have nowhere to go, the walls will come at you. Not everyone is how do you say it, privileged enough to have a backyard or enough space.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Isn't it Ellen DeGeneres who said, I'm in prison in her mansion?
That was a meme, at least. I recognized the image.
Wait, what did she say?
That she felt like it was at the very beginning of COVID. And she said, yeah, I know. It's like being in prison. And she's in a mansion, huge mansion.
But that was basically all the celebrities. All of them were like, boo-hoo, I can't go out. Well, you have your own.
I also remember what one of our ministers... I also remember what one of our ministers said. One of the new measures was that people at sports games, amateur sports games, had to have the QR code scanned to see if they were vaccinated, tested, or whatever. And then one of the ministers said, but if people just try hard enough, they can, because at my children's sports club, they can also do that. And I'm like, yeah, but your children go to this very wealthy hockey club or something.
Yeah.
With probably lots of volunteers and everything. And, I live in a village of 1,500 people. We don't have the manpower to do that. Plus, everyone knows everyone. So if you're going to do that, you're going to have arguments and everything.
Yeah.
So it's just, I just don't think it's fair of the government to expect that of people.
Mm.
Comes to royal
Yep.
family and always. Yep. But the economy. Okay.
I honestly, I'm not that good at economy and knowing everything, how it's going and where the money is. I just know that we are taking everything from Germany. So everything that Germany is giving, we're
Yep.
taking. So
That's a fair point.
Yeah.
Shall we do a little bit more fun and just read?
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna leave you and go to bed because
That's a fair
in the
point.
next sprint I will probably fall asleep if I stay.
Aww.
You should go sleep.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for asking me to be here anytime.
I will ask next time. I mean, it was very impromptu today, and I was like, why not?
Yeah, no worries. I should learn to ask as well. I'm always like, okay, I'm gonna do some sprints, but I'm gonna do alone because I don't know if I should ask or not or whatever. So I should
You're
learn to
always
ask.
welcome to ask me.
You're always welcome to ask. I mean, I am too scared to do this alone, so
No worries.
it's just
I will
more fun.
ask. Okay. Bye. Good night. See you,
Good night.
everyone.
Bye bye. All
And
right.
then
Are
number
we
3.
ready for another sprint then?
Yes.
Shall we do 30 minutes this time?
Yeah. Cool.
Let's get you set up. Share my screen. Can we see this?
Yes. We can.
All right. Let's read. Happy reading.
Good luck.
Hello.
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 How did you do?
I read 50 pages.
You're making
That's
decent
good.
headway into it.
Yeah,
How much do you have left of the book?
110 pages.
Oh, you'll be
Nice.
done before you know it.
Yeah. You see, the problem with this book is not that I don't like it, but I just started it at the wrong time, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, I can get that.
So it's like in the middle of a reading slump because like every time I am actually reading it, I'm really enjoying it.
Mm.
But it's just then I just, put it down and then just never pick it up. And I don't know why.
Yeah.
Like it's not a 5-star read right now, but it's like 4 stars, so I'm really enjoying it.
That's
But-
good at least.
Yeah. So how did you guys do?
I just saw this. I just joined. What do I do? Do I read or do I sleep? In any case, have a very nice night. Good night.
Good night. Thank you for joining.
Thank you. Sorry, Charlotte. How did
Yeah.
you read?
Yeah, no, I didn't read at all.
Oh, really?
No, I had a processing, like I was exporting it and then it was done. So I set it all up and like published it to you. So I focused on that instead.
Nice. That's
So-
also. I mean, it's really productive anyway.
Yeah, no, like I'm really happy I got it up now. Usually I try to get it up earlier, but like the video was so large that it took so long to just like export it and stuff. So yeah.
Is that the
But now it's
Akamov
done,
reading
so
vlog?
that's good. Now we can move on.
Is that the Akamov reading vlog?
No, it's my December TBR.
Ooh, also really nice.
It's a good one. I have a lot of guests in it. Sasha amongst them.
Aww,
That's
that's
exciting.
nice. I can't wait to
How
watch
do
it.
you
honestly.
do, Esmay? Sorry?
I said I can't wait to watch it.
Thank you.
I read 9% more. Like I'm very bad at calculating how many pages that is, but I'm currently on page 81 out of 255, so I'm making decent headway, and I'm
Nice.
enjoying it. I'm enjoying it.
I mean, if the book is 400 pages in real life, you read about 40 pages,
Yeah, I mean that would
Yeah.
make sense.
Probably, yeah.
give or take.
Yeah. I always find that difficult to sort of calculate anyway.
Yeah.
Watching TV is also always nice.
Ooh.
I mean, Lauren's probably already long gone, but thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Good night.
I was watching some Hellhound, but now I'm going to read. What are you going to read? 15 pages of Fairyland. That's nice.
Good job.
Good progress.
It's getting late as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm soon gonna need to like have a shower and get ready for bed and stuff and prep for work tomorrow. Yay.
Yeah. I was about to say, like, I'm about to head off because my
Yeah.
parents already went to bed. And I have a long day of work ahead of me because yay, Black Friday.
Yeah, get that, man. I was actually going to suggest the same, that we sort of pop off in a bit as
Yeah.
well. I'm
Yeah,
also getting
because-
tired.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this has been so cozy.
Yes.
Yes.
I that's exactly what I needed today. I was like, let's read with friends. That's always nice.
Yes.
It's always a good time with you.
Aww. Same goes. Same goes. In any case, for those of you who are still watching and who have been here, thank you so much for being here, especially because it's so very late minute, last minute. But thank you all so much for being here. Thank you, Charlotte, for being here. And also, I mean, my partner in crime and Sasha, who is already left.
Thank you for asking.
Yeah,
Thank
always.
you for joining us.
Thank you so
Thank you for
much.
being here.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.
I will. Good night,